The silence before you begin. The spotlight, real or imagined. The room full of expectant faces. And then the rush. A pounding heart, a dry mouth, maybe even a slight tremor in your hands or voice. If this scenario sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. That intense stress we feel when addressing an audience has a specific name, glossophobia, or public speaking anxiety. It's a prevalent form of performance anxiety that can range from a mild flutter of nerves to a full-blown wave of fear and panic. Most often, it stems from deeply human fears, the fear of judgment, of being unfavorably evaluated, or simply not meeting expectations. And while those physical symptoms, the shaking, the sweating, the rapid heartbeat, that shaky voice, are uncomfortable, they are also incredibly common and often influenced by past upsetting experiences. But here's a crucial insight. Anxiety itself isn't the enemy. In fact, experts like cognitive psychotherapist Owen O'Kane remind us that anxiety is a normal, even helpful emotion. It's impossible and frankly undesirable to eradicate it entirely. Think of it as an internal alarm system, alerting you to something important. Our goal isn't to silence that alarm completely, but to understand its signals and, crucially, to reframe our relationship with it so we can regain control. This conversation isn't about eliminating anxiety. It's about transforming it from a roadblock into a runway. It's also important to gently distinguish between this normal, performance-related anxiety, which can even be motivating, and clinical anxiety, such as social anxiety disorder. If your fear of speaking is so severe it interferes with your daily life, professional intervention might be warranted, and we'll touch on that later. But for the vast majority of us experiencing pre-presentation jitters, there are powerful practical strategies we can employ right now. Let's dive into the core strategies that can help you transform that nervous energy into confident delivery. We'll approach this from 3 interconnected angles: comprehensive preparation, mastering psychological techniques, and effective physiological management. First and foremost is comprehensive preparation and practice. This might sound obvious, but there's a crucial nuance here. It's not just about knowing your material, it's about owning it. Cultivate a deep understanding and genuine interest in your topic. When you're passionate about what you're sharing, that enthusiasm naturally translates to your audience. Meticulously organize your presentation, using visual aids not as crutches, but as enhancements. And here's a key tip: create an outline, not a memorized script. Relying on a word-for-word script can make you sound robotic and disconnect you from your audience. An outline allows for natural flow, adaptation, and authentic connection. Rehearsing multiple times is crucial. Practice in front of a mirror, or better yet, record yourself or present to a trusted friend or colleague. Focus on conveying your key concepts, not on memorizing every single word. Imagine you're telling a story rather than reciting a document. Experts advise aiming for better, not perfect delivery. Minor mistakes are natural, and accepting this reduces self-imposed pressure. And don't forget to familiarize yourself with the presentation venue and equipment beforehand. Knowing how to work the microphone or advance the slides can significantly reduce those last-minute nerves.
Next, let's explore mastering psychological techniques. Our minds are incredibly powerful, and we can train them to be our allies. One technique is cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying your specific fears. What if I forget my lines? What if they judge me harshly? And then rationally assessing their likelihood and actual impact. Most often, the worst-case scenarios we invent in our heads are far less probable and less catastrophic than we imagine. Challenging these thoughts diminishes their power. Another powerful tool is positive visualization. Before your presentation, close your eyes and vividly imagine a successful outcome. See yourself speaking confidently, connecting with your audience, and receiving positive feedback. Feel the calm, the clarity. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's priming your brain for success and reducing anticipatory anxiety. Mindfulness and presence are also incredibly effective. Techniques like mindful meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, or simply focusing on the present moment can calm both your mind and body. Instead of getting lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past, anchor yourself in the here and now. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the sounds around you. Breathe deeply. Finally, try a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing yourself as a performer who needs to impress, reframe your role as a teacher or server to your audience. Your purpose is to share valuable information, to enlighten, to help. This perspective fundamentally shifts the pressure away from yourself and towards the helpfulness of your message. Beyond our minds, our bodies are deeply connected to our anxiety, and there are direct ways to manage those physiological responses. This is effective physiological management. One of the most potent tools is deep breathing. Slow, deep breaths, especially diaphragmatic or box breathing, where you inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4, can work wonders. It lowers blood pressure, improves your heart rate, and signals to your nervous system that you are safe and calm. Practice this often, not just before a presentation, so it becomes second nature. Physical activity and warm-ups can also make a big difference. Just before you go on, brief, brisk movements like walking backstage or even a few star jumps can help expend that excess adrenaline that causes shaking. Coupled with vocal and physical warm-ups, these actions relax your body and prepare your voice, ensuring you sound and feel more grounded. There are also subtle sensory techniques. Holding a cold object, like an ice cube or a chilled water bottle, can provide a quick jolt to your system, reducing sweating and blushing. And if you need to release nervous energy discreetly, try squeezing your toes inside your shoes. It's a simple, unnoticeable action that can help you recenter. A final critical piece of the puzzle is cultivating an audience-centric mindset. Here's a comforting truth. Speakers often overestimate how much their nervousness is visible to the audience. Audiences are generally supportive and genuinely focused on the information you're sharing, not on scrutinizing your every twitch. Make eye contact with friendly faces in the room. This fosters connection and builds your confidence. Use natural gestures. They make you look more engaged and help release nervous energy. And embrace moments of silence as thoughtful pauses, rather than fearing them. A brief pause allows you to gather your thoughts and gives your audience time to absorb what you've said. It makes you seem thoughtful, not nervous.
So, as we discussed earlier, it's important to know when to seek professional support. For severe or debilitating anxiety, or if your fear of public speaking is part of a broader social anxiety disorder that significantly impacts your daily life, professional interventions like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can be incredibly effective. In some cases, medication prescribed by a healthcare professional might be recommended. These are valuable resources when self-management techniques aren't enough, and there's no shame in seeking expert help. Organizations like the National Social Anxiety Center specialize in CBT for social anxiety and can be a great starting point. So, to recap, managing presentation anxiety isn't about eradicating a natural human response. It's about empowering yourself with a toolkit of strategies that prepare your mind, body, and content. It's about deep preparation, transforming your thoughts, grounding your physiology, and connecting authentically with your audience. The future of anxiety management emphasizes this multifaceted, empowering approach. As society gains a clearer understanding of mental well-being, the distinction between normal nervousness and clinical conditions becomes more defined, ensuring everyone gets the right support. The goal is not perfection, but progress, to move from being controlled by anxiety to controlling your response to it, allowing your true message and passion to shine through. Remember, that feeling in your stomach, it's not necessarily a sign that something is wrong. It's often a sign that something important is about to happen. And with these tools, you are more than ready to navigate it. You've got this.